Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today what I'm going to do is cut out the floor pans on the 69 Mustang. I need to get back to working on this thing. I am still working on some other stuff, but I wanted to get the floor pans done. That way my dad can help me actually wire the car up so we can get this thing up and running again. So what I'm going to do is do the passenger side, get the floor pan cut out. You guys can see it is rotted a little bit. A few little holes in here. It's just better to replace the whole thing. That way you're not wandering around trying to patch up all these other little holes that's all over the place. I already did the driver's side, so that side's done. The next thing I got to do on the driver's side is put the seat mount in, get that thing welded in. But first I want to finish up both floor pans, that way I can get the mounts done. So I'll show you guys how to cut out this floor pan on this side, and then we'll do the seat mounts. All right, so got it all marked out. As you guys seen, I just took some tape and a magic marker, or not, yeah, not a magic marker, Jesus, a Sharpie, and I just kind of marked it on the tape line. That way I can get it pretty straight. This around here I might cut underneath the line just so I don't cut it too short. But yeah, we'll cut all this out, and then like I said, got to drill the spot welds out right here on this curve, as you guys will be able to see. Right here, there's a couple spot welds in here, and then along here, none there, one here, and then a bunch down this side. And what I use is one of the little mini belt sanders for doing spot welds I got from Eastwood, and that thing works really great. So I'll get that, we'll do these spot welds, we'll take the cutoff wheel, cut this out, and then the floor pan will drop right out. And there are 2 plug welds or spot welds right here for the frame rail. So just got to cut those ones out, do the same thing, drill them out, or not drill them, but use the belt sander, and then take care of those ones, and then we'll be able to pull this piece out, lay in the new piece, and then we'll mark it and trim it to fit it, and that's it. And then we'll just go around and stitch weld a bunch, and it takes some time, but just got to do that. And then the next thing we got to do is get the seat mounts welded in on both sides. So let's get to grinding these spot welds, and then we'll cut the floor out. Floor pan is getting ready to come out. As you can see, it dropped. So the next thing I got to do, like I said, is these 2 spot welds that sit right here. They're right around here somewhere, and then the floor pan should pop right out. So let's grind those off, and then yeah, we'll pull this floor pan out, cut the other one, and set it in here and see where we're at. right, it should come out now, as I was trying to get it out. So let's see if she'll pop out of there. Because sometimes it's hard to see these plug welds, you know. You'll miss one and then you got to pull it out and it'll just be a nightmare. So we'll see if I got them all. Hopefully I did. Sometimes you can kind of work them and they'll pop. I might have missed one somewhere over here. It's all loose right here. All through here. Could be hung up too. There we go. That should come out. There she is. All right. And as you guys, if you guys can see, let me grab my flashlight. Where I cut it is exactly where the frame rail gap is. So I'll bring you guys down here and see what I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So right here, as you guys can see, that's where the gap is, and that's where I cut it on the other one. That way you don't cut into this piece and then you don't cut into the frame rail. So now I just got to get the other one thrown in here. We'll clean up all this metal shavings and stuff, and then we'll get the other one kind of set in here and see where it's going to sit. All right, now let's see if this floor pan will fit. We'll have to trim it because I did cut it a little long. Just got to get trimmed up front. And it fits pretty good back in here. And then I'll have to trim this a little bit. But other than that, make sure you get it to sit down in here, that way it's not too high and you kind of screw yourself. Yeah. Crawl underneath here, kind of get it to sit where I need it to, and then I'll mark it underneath and trim it. All right, the floor pan's sitting in there, all the holes are drilled for where the plug welds are gonna be. And now what I'm gonna do is just kind of go along and just stitch it, and then I'll move it where I need it. That way it doesn't pop out on me. So yeah, let's get into finishing this thing up. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna finish this up. As you guys can see, I did have to trim it. It was a little long right down in the transmission tunnel area, right through here. But I just used the cutoff wheel, kind of put it at an angle, that way I didn't cut too much out. And then I had to trim it right here and then cut it loose in a couple areas. And then I just got to readjust. And the weld through primer, make sure like when you have to do your plug holes on the 3M stuff that I'm using, it was just splattering like crazy, so I just got to go through and clean those up. That way, it has a good plug weld and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll just finish welding this thing up and then finish up these tomorrow. So that's it for today. I will see you guys in just a few seconds. All right, and just like that, the seat mount is ready to get welded in. I got all the holes drilled that I needed to drill, and then we'll just plug weld it. And then right here, it'll be like how it was factory. I'll stitch it across there and then finish all these with the plug welds. And that is it for the seat mount. I'll do the other one later. I'll show you guys this real quick, and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, everybody, I'm going to end the video here on installing the seat mount on the passenger side, the driver's side. It's the same step, same process, so I'll do that thing off camera. But yeah, this thing, I did have to hammer it down in a few areas, as you guys seen, and stand on it. That way it sits nice and tight in the car. But yeah, so that's all nice and taken care of finally. I do have to do a little bit of rust repair right there, and then also in the trunk. So I'll do that next. And then I'll clean up all my welds and all that good stuff. And then we'll start wiring the car and getting this thing up and running again. So make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also notification bell, that way you guys stay notified when we do the next step on the 69 Mustang, and also some work on the 56 F100, the shop truck. And then I might even do some work on the Fox body. That way I can get it out of the shop. It's kind of taking up some space. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time, later.